Hello and welcome back. And as you saw from the title, I'm doing a new series called Room by Room. And as I'm creating this, I'll just talk to you real quick. A lot of you who comment on my videos ask me to do Let's Builds. And it's really hard for me to do that because of the way I build. So I thought I would create this series to show you how I build most, not all, but most of the homes that I build. Typically, I start with a room. It doesn't matter which one it is, but a lot of times it is a living room or a living area, like a great room. So what I do is I typically just make it a room, and any flooring or anything you see that I pick here may or may not be temporary, because a lot of times as the house evolves, I change things up. But I rarely plan a home out. I normally just start this way and just create a room. In this case, we're going to start with a living room, and after the series of videos is through, we'll have a whole house, and you'll see how, boom, surprise, here's how the house looks on the exterior. It just kind of happens, if that makes sense. So unless I'm going for a specific type of build, I normally do it this way. That's just the way I've always done it. I've played for 7 years, and this is just how I feel more creative. And then their end result usually is a surprise. Now, do they always end up as good surprises? No, and I don't make videos on those. But the ones that I enjoy and end up the way I like them, I like to share them with you. So that's how I do this, and that's how I started my channel, is just doing the builds that I love and I thought you may enjoy, and sharing them with you. So as you can see here, and we'll talk our way through this, and again, there are going to be several videos in this series, but rather than do the Let's Builds, I wanted to show you guys how I build. Honestly, I don't watch a lot of YouTube as far as Sims Freeplay. I do watch a few channels. I don't know of anyone, at least that I've seen, who builds the way I do. Am I rare? Yeah. Is that good always? No. But this is just, again, how I enjoy doing it. So a lot of times I'll go ahead after I have the room structure, and I'll just go ahead and pick out a roof in the exterior. And again, nothing is permanent. This is just to maybe give me some inspiration on how I want the look of the home to be. Most of the time I end up changing that, the exterior. Sometimes I don't, but for now I want to go with something, you know, maybe a little bit brighter than I normally do. I do want some contrast though. So if you'll notice in my other videos where I show my original builds, I love contrast. I don't like a lot of colors that are, you know, like monochromatic themes. Even if I do a home that's a lot of browns, for instance, I try to make sure we have really light browns and really dark browns, if that makes sense. I like things to kind of pop on the outside and on the inside. So now I'm imagining when I do this, after I get the structure finished, you'll see I'm putting an archway here, a doorway, because there's going to be a room behind it. So before I decorate the room that I'm currently making, I go ahead and plan one room ahead. So maybe two. So that way, while I'm decorating this room, I'll know where things can and cannot go. Again, I build room by room. I don't plan the house out normally. So I have to go ahead and plan where I maybe would want the next room, because that way when I'm placing the furniture, I'll know I need a door to such and such. So in this case, I'm going to put a door over there to the left, which you saw, for a kitchen. And back there I put a door that could maybe be a bathroom. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm going to put a door there. And now I'm just kind of figuring out what colors I might want to use for the room. So this is where I sort of come up with the theme. Most of the time it ends up being the theme for the whole home, but at least the theme for this room. And I have absolutely fallen in love with this turquoise. I guess it's really a teal color on the walls. And for contrast, for right now, I'm thinking maybe a white floor, but again, that's probably going to change. I do not like the bright white flooring. I like the one that's, that's pretty bright, but again, we'll probably change it. But do you see the contrast there? I love that teal color. And of course, that doorway to nowhere is going to be a doorway to somewhere here pretty soon. But and you'll have to excuse my voice today as well. I really wanted to do this, but I'm a little hoarse today. So that is going to probably be, I'm thinking the kitchen. We'll have to see again, but I think that's probably going to be the kitchen. And what I would like to do with this room that I'm decorating is make it a living area and a dining area, like a great room all together. And I'm thinking maybe a bathroom over here, but again, that may go away entirely. I don't know yet. That's why my houses are always such a surprise. So far, I know that I want the front of the house to be glassed in and the side there to be the entrance. So we have that. And we have the nice contrast on the outside with the exterior. And I'm still not liking that white floor. It's too bright for what I want to do. So let's see here. Oh, and the other thing, that couch, it's sort of in that color family as the wall is, but I may change the couch out too. But you can see me here. I'm being really indecisive with the flooring. And again, it will probably change again before everything is said and done. So that's what the structure of the room's looking like. And I do think I'm going to remove the couch, but I just want to use this couch to get an idea of how I'm going to place the items in the room. And I don't want it to be where you walk in directly to the back of the couch, so I kind of have it scooted over here. And I remembered this chair matching this wall color exactly. So I'm going to put that chair in the room somewhere because it matches so beautifully. And it did not match the other couch. So we knew I was going to take that couch out. Not crazy about this one here, especially where the white floor kind of washes it out. And I hope you guys don't get bored with these videos. I know people love Let's Build videos, and apparently because you keep asking me for them, which is great. Thank you so much for thinking enough of me to ask me for those. So I hope you don't get bored with the way I do things. I'm trying to, yeah, this rug here, that is beautiful. It's also the same color as the teal walls. So that's going to set the tone for the room, and will definitely change out the couch. I just have to figure out where I want to put everything. But as I was saying, I hope you don't get bored, but this gives you sort of a look into my thought process as I build. So now I'm changing my mind about the couch. And I'm looking for something that's going to go with that rug as well as that chair. And notice the chair has light wood. So again, you can hear my thought processes coming out here. It's okay to blend woods. I don't mind doing that. See, that has that little bit of blue in those pillows, but that's not quite what I'm looking for. But you can kind of hear my thought process as I build. And I'm all about colors. Again, the design of the home ends up being a surprise a lot of times, but that's good with me. See this bookshelf. Do you see where I'm going with this? Yeah, because it has those teal tones in the books and decorations on the bookshelf. So I'm going to be looking for things in that color family. But we also want some contrasting colors. So trying to look for maybe that. I love that coffee table because it has that teal color in it. And maybe we will end up keeping the sofa. See, now that I have everything coming together, the sofa kind of ties in with the trim. So that will probably lead me to later change the floor to contrast with the couch, if that makes sense. Do you see how my mind is always trying to balance the colors? Now I'm just going to find a TV here. And do you see how the orangey light wood on that TV sort of goes along with the bookshelf? So you're bringing both of those, or that one color tone to both sides of the room. I really love that new black mirror too. I just don't have anywhere to put it in here. I'll find somewhere to put it. Wait and see. Now I'm just searching for some decor that is along the lines of oranges and turquoise and maybe some contrasting white colors. And I love these plants. See, that will bring some white over to that corner. I think that's perfect. And now I'm just trying to think about what I'm going to put over here. And you'll notice too, if you've watched my other videos on original builds, I tend to not over decorate. So typically I wouldn't even care about something being in that corner. But where that wall is so empty behind it, and I'm letting the window be part of the decor, I am going to put something in that corner this time that brings, the greens over there and balances everything out. I'm looking for something to put over the TV. And also, you've probably noticed everything has to be lined up. I even try it with my windows on the exterior. They don't have to be, oh, look at that. That really goes well. That blends really nicely together. I mean, are they an exact match? No. But when you walk into a room, you want your eyes to be drawn to certain things and not one particular like color. You want a burst of different contrasting colors, and then you want to balance those colors out throughout the room. Now, this is going to be a tricky part for me here because I want to have an eating area over there, but I don't want it to be huge. And also, most of the tables that I love to use now are 3 wide, but the space that I have to put it is only going to be 2 wide because, by 2, not too wide. Because it's 8 wide. The room is 8 squares wide. If I were to put a 3 wide table there, it's going to be off balance to me. Now, for some people that's fine. It depends on what you like. But me with my OCD brain here, I have to have everything kind of balanced out. And I would also like to bring that teal color over here in this area. Will I be able to do that with what we have on the game? I'm not sure. But I have an idea here. Remember that other house that had the teal breakfast nook? I used the outdoor, the teal, these as table benches. Do you see that? How perfectly that matches up there. So I'll just put some off to the side here. The only thing is they're not functional. This is for looks. So on the other side of the table, I'm going to have to also find a matching table and some 2 functioning chairs so that when the Sims do want to eat, they can actually sit there. Because as far as I know, if I put the table there, they will not sit on those benches. Have I tried it? No, but I'm just going from past history on bringing outdoor items inside. So now the challenge is going to be to find a table that is that tone or near that tone. Some are really close to it, like that's too cherry looking for me. We have this Japanese, I think, table. That's close, but I don't think we're quite there. But what I do is, rather than have to go back, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to keep looking. And if I don't find anything that's closer to the tone of that wood and the benches, then I'll have to leave that there and sort of distract the eye with decor, if that makes sense. But here I think I have found something that's a little bit closer. It definitely is. So I'm going to change this floor now because you see the wood there on the table. I don't want to match the wood to the flooring or it's going to wash out the table. I want something with a more orange tone like this one so that the contrasting wood on the bottoms of the furniture and on the dining furniture really pop out. So now the room has taken on a completely different look, taking out that white floor. And now we're going to be looking for some decor for the dining area. And I am going to add some chairs over there in just a minute. Will I find something? I don't know, but I'm going to look. And I've noticed, because I'm an impatient person, when I'm watching a Let's Build, which I don't watch a lot of them, I get impatient while people scroll. That's just me. So I apologize if you're one of those people, but if you're going to watch this series, there's going to be a lot of scrolling because I'm a very indecisive person. But since we're going to be carrying that teal tone over here, I thought these plants would be just perfect, and they are. They definitely carry that color all the way over to the corner and balance. You see the balance in the room? We've balanced out the light woods, the darker woods. We've balanced teal accents everywhere. I would like to have this bronze lamp that I took out of an architect home to bring that over here. And I just think it's really starting to take shape. But you can see, sorry, I really needed to clear my throat. You can see how I do this. I start with the prettiest room that I can make that day, whatever's in my head. And then I build the house around that room and that theme, sort of. That's just how I've always done it. And when I first started playing The Sims Freeplay, I'm going to be really honest with you because I'm not that young of a person, okay? It was the first time I ever had an iPad, so this would have been 2011, late 2011. Is that right? Yes, 7 years ago. I had just gotten my iPad, my other iPad, my first one. And that was Sims Freeplay was the first app I ever had. I didn't even know what an app was. And so I was just moving my Sims into the little houses that were already made, trying to play along in the game and get simoleons and LP. And I don't even think we had SP then. You can see how this room's taken shape, by the way. It's just beautiful. And then I discovered that I could build. So that was a whole new world for me. But this is how I started building. I just started building a room at a time. So I think I'm going to make this great room, 2-story great room. I don't think I'm going to have a balcony in it, though I'm not sure yet. I'll probably start it off. Let me see how this looks. I think I just want it to be completely open. And how I'm visualizing it is maybe over to the side we'll have a stairwell and a hallway. But I would really like for there to be windows up there to where you can overlook that whole room from, I don't know if it's going to be a bedroom that will overlook it from, and possibly the stairwell too. If you watched my pink and black mansion, it's going to be a little bit like that, but not quite as extravagant. So I want the front to be glassed in here. And I'm going to matchy match, I am, the windows over here on the front, which is actually the side on this property, but we're going to pretend like it's the front of the home. And this is what we have so far for a house. You can see that beautiful great room. And again, how the whole house is going to look, we don't know, because it's definitely going to get bigger and it's definitely going to grow. But this is what we have so far. And we'll probably wrap this video up here pretty soon. I want to put something over that front door, but I don't want to put a window. I know there's this blue, I don't know if it's like a sun, but some kind of, there it is, that design. And since we have the blue roof, see how pretty that looks? I just think that's really pretty. It gives the house a little flair. So that's what we have so far. And I really hope you guys have enjoyed doing this with me so far. Again, this is going to be a little bit lengthy of a series, so I'm going to break it up. And then on the next video, we'll probably work our way to the left and over maybe to that kitchen area. And we may do a powder room there where that white door is. So we'll have to see how the next video comes along. But this is what we have so far. I really like how it's looking. And you know what, guys? We'll do this together. And at the end of this series, we'll have a big, beautiful house. Thank you so much for watching, and please join me on episode 2. Thanks a lot.